My name is Gaby, and I had the opportunity to conduct research at the WSU IREC and Prosser under Dr. Matt Whiting's lab, where I focus on bridging the gap between farmworkers and AgTech. I'm currently a double major at UC Davis in landscape architecture and psychology, where my main goal is to build quality green spaces in low-income communities. This foundation is what led me to think more deeply about who can get access to design, to technology, and how we include or often fail to include certain voices when it comes to innovation. Starting with farm workers, particularly in Washington state, during peak harvest season, about 54,000 farm workers are needed each month. These workers are without a doubt the backbone of agriculture, but often get overlooked. Many live in temporary or H-2A housing, which are farm workers here through visa, and face a wide range of challenges as majority of workers are immigrants. Yet, they are rarely a part of the conversation when it comes to agricultural innovation. This project started with the main concern, which was the growing disconnect between tech developers and the people who use the technology, which are the farm workers. Farm workers are the experts as they know the challenges of the job and they have ideas, but often are excluded from the spaces where solutions are designed. Our motivation was to explore how direct, hands-on experiences with technology might shift attitudes, bridge the gap, and encourage collaboration. We wanted to create a space where farm workers could engage with technology in a collaborative, approachable way. The hypothesis was fairly simple, which was if farm workers directly interact with agricultural technology, their attitudes towards it will change. Not necessarily just seeing it, but using it, testing it, as well as talking about it. I approached this with two methods. First, through farm worker engagement by going directly to their housing sites and holding informal demos and conversations. Second, by organizing an AgTech open house specifically for farm workers, a space where they could meet researchers, try the tools themselves, and share feedback as well. For the engagement piece, I partnered with Semillero de Ideas, a community-driven nonprofit, where we visited H-2A housing sites and held hands-on drone demonstrations. We had a series of conversations where farm workers got to familiarize themselves with drones, fly them, and then talk about what they could be used for. These weren't necessarily formal presentations, but just real conversations in spaces where they felt comfortable. And here's just a video playing of when I attended. I had observed some beneficial insights, which were people were more likely to ask questions if they had a one-on-one conversation beforehand. And once they got to fly a drone or handle the equipment, they started brainstorming out loud and asking questions such as, could this help with monitoring workers' health throughout the field, or where can I buy one? There was curiosity and excitement as they saw themselves not necessarily just as the users, but as contributors to the technology. On July 16th, we held the AgTech open house from 5 to 8 p.m. where we created a welcoming bilingual environment with hands-on stations, each led by a student or researcher presenting in Spanish. We used a short survey before and after the event to gauge the attitudes of the attendees, and questions included things such as, do you believe agricultural technology can make your work easier or better? And open-ended questions such as, do you have any ideas or feedback to improve access to agricultural technology for workers like yourself? At the open house, our presenters shared a wide range of tools and systems. Jackie, Matt, and Bernadita talked about the mechanical cherry picker, which was also known as the shake and catch harvesting system. Martin introduced people to the vision-guided robotic control system for assisted tree fruit pruning, and Horacio talked about crop load estimation. We had 19 attendees, where 17 completed the pre-survey and 15 completed the post-survey, seeing as 2 people had to leave early. In question 3, we had asked, how familiar are you with agricultural technologies before the event, where most participants had indicated a low familiarity with the technology. After the event, we had a significant number of attendees who reported feeling more familiar and confident with AgTech. In question 4, we asked, do you believe agricultural technology can make your work easier or better? Before the event, responses were a bit mixed, with some people saying that they were neutral or unsure. However, after the event, all the respondents either agreed or strongly agreed with the statement. This shows that exposure and engagement do matter, and the more connected people feel to the technology, the more they can imagine its role in their lives. First, for conclusions, it is important to create opportunities where researchers and farm workers can engage directly, not necessarily just to share knowledge, but to build relationships as well. Second, accessibility isn't just about language or tools, but it's also about inclusion. We have to consider the communities most impacted by agricultural innovation and make sure that their voices are heard and not overlooked. Ultimately, trust and mutual respect should be the foundation of any technological advancement when it comes to AgTech. Looking ahead, events like these definitely should be more consistent and accessible. WSU and similar institutions can definitely hold these kinds of workshops annually, and as one of the participants shared after the event was that these kinds of workshops should happen more frequently and be more accessible to the general population. My research could not have been possible without all the names listed on here, and a special thanks to Dr. Matt Whiting, Eric Nicholson, Josefina, and everyone at the Whiting Lab at WSU Prosser. And to the presenters, Jacqueline, Leslie, Juan, Bernadita, Horacio, Martin, Antonia, thank you, and thank you to CPAS and our sponsors at AgAid for supporting this work. And finally, thank you all for listening.